Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to share the 10 golden rules to follow to be rich. These are the 10 rules all the rich people I've met, the multimillionaires, the millionaires I've heard about, I've read about, I've done so much research on, they follow these 10 golden rules. Regardless where they are in their finances, they still follow these golden rules and they implement it every single day in their life. So I am implementing this, they're changing my life, they absolutely has changed my life and they have made me a better person financially, physically, morally, and emotionally. So in today's video, I would really want to sit with you to share these 10 golden rules the rich people follow so you can follow them, implement them to change your life. If you like this video or any of my videos, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of this amazing tutorials. So let's get to this. The number one thing it's important for us to think about is it's important for us to live below our means. So what do I mean by living below your means? So if you're earning £2,000, for example, don't go and get yourself an expensive car that worth about maybe £600 or £700 a month in terms of paying the lease on it, or you go and move from where you were. Say you were paying your rent, say your rent was about £600, you move from that house now because your salary is £2,000. You go then and secure a house that you could pay rent and save for about £1,000. So again, if you've got, suppose you had £2,000, your car goes for £700 a month, and your property rent that you pay to your landlord is about £1,000. That's £1,700. And also, if you've got your groceries to buy, you've got families to support, you're really living way over your means, because that would sometimes go over £2,000. So again, you have to significantly live below your means. Say if you had a job, you've increased your pay to £2,000. If you're in a £500 flat or room, stay in that £500 room or flat. Okay, don't move out. If you're driving a Volkswagen or Fiat Punto, whatever it is, continue driving that Fiat Punto. Okay, don't upgrade to a brand new car or to an expensive car. Keep your expenses as minimal as possible. So live way below your means. I don't know if you've studied or if you've seen wealthy people. You never see them in expensive cars unless if they are sport people or singers or celebrities. We all know how they end at the end anyway. So most of these people, they literally living way over their means. When their career finishes, they go broke. We've seen people like Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, they all end up being broke after their careers because they're living way over their means. So as investors or business people, look at them. Whoever you know is successful, a pure business person would never ever live over their means. They always live below their means. They don't buy expensive cars, they don't buy expensive homes, they don't show off. They literally always live below their means. The number two things you need to do basically is to never spend money until you get it. Okay, don't spend the money until you get it. But the reason why I'm bringing this up basically 80% of the UK, it's a shame, right? 80% of the UK population spend their money before they get it. What do I mean by that? Before they get their paycheck, they've already thought about what they need to buy. Maybe a trainer, a shoe, a gym, or paying for an expensive holidays or buying an expensive gift. So they literally spend that money before they even earn it. Right? For me, I don't do that. If I've got a deal and I expect an income to come from that deal, I don't count that income until the deal is done and dusted, the contract is done, completed, keys are handed over. Then I take that income as an income. Okay, so again, I don't forecast it to say, okay, I got that money coming in. I wait until that money hits my account before I take it as an income. So again, these are the sort of things you need to be thinking about. Don't spend your money before you get it. If you could do it, if you could do anything opposite, is to actually think about investing it before you get it, okay? The third rule, pay yourself first, okay? It's very important for you to pay yourself first, right? Again, lots of people literally pay their bills, their debts, their expenses before they even think about themselves. Some of them don't even consider paying themselves first, okay? They don't even know what that means. So today is a big day for you to understand that you have to be paying yourself first. Lots of people only save 10% of their salary. Some do 5%. But for me, I would urge you to do 30%. 30% of your income, your net income, should be put aside. Okay, I know it's ridiculous, it's very expensive to save that way, but trust me, if you implement that and you become disciplined, it would save you lots of time and hassle in the future. Because if you're able to save 30% and you live on the 70%, it will literally change your life for the long run. The reason why I implement this is because if you are in a lower tax bracket, you've already given the government or the taxpayer 20% of your income already. So if you can sacrifice 30% of your net to yourself, you're doing absolutely amazing. So because if you can pay the taxman before you get your money, why not draw that 30%, put that aside, be disciplined on it, and then be disciplined to yourself to ensure that you don't even touch that money. If you are 40% taxpayer, ensure you save about 50% of your income, because obviously when you're 40% bracket, that means you've got a bit of money. So if you can save 40% of that and then live on the remaining balance, that would really help you have enough chunk of money to start investing. And also, don't increase your expenses until you know you can increase your income by 10, 15 or 20%, right? Don't do that, because obviously as soon as you increase your income and you increase your expenses the same time, there will be a nullify effect. That means you haven't actually been able to increase your income that much. So again, 30%, put that aside. I know it's painful, it's difficult to do, you will feel ridiculously poor, but trust me, if you're disciplined, you're consistent, it would really help you take you to the next level financially. And this would help you be disciplined and also pay attention to the money. Pay attention to that money that you expended. Look at it. If you're about to expend something, look, does it add value to me? Is it really going to add value to me and my family? Is it really going to generate me passive income? So these are the ways you need to be thinking about. You need to love your money, right? Your money is your money. Once it's gone, it's gone. If you don't look after it, it will not look after you in the future. So ensure you look after it very well, so that it will look after you in the future. Number 4, rent, don't buy. Suppose you want to have a car and instead of buying that car, instead of taking 15 to 20 or 35,000 pounds to buy a car, if you know that car would help your business, instead of buying it, you could lease it. Lease that car so you can pay a bare minimum expense on it to allow you to execute your business operation. And the good thing about that also, if you're buying a car specifically for your business, it is tax deductible. You can deduct all the expenses, your mileage, the repair, maintenance, or anything to do with the business that you use that car on. It is tax deductible. So instead of buying a car for 40,000 pounds, you can go and lease it, and then obviously pay the lease by using it as a business expense. And again, instead of buying your house, if you haven't actually got an investment property, so I suggest you buy an investment property first before you buy your own home. So why do I recommend this? Is because if you buy your home, right, your home is kind of a liability, because whether you're there or not, you'd have to pay your mortgage, right? Whereas if it's an investment property, a buy-to-let, a tenant would be moving in there and they will be paying you rent, and that rent, you will deduct that to pay your mortgage, and it gets you to have a remaining balance that we call a net cash flow, which ultimately becomes a passive income. So it's very important for you to rent for now, invest and invest and invest and invest. Ensure you're having a passive cash flow, passive income coming in. And then in the future, if you ever wanted to buy a house, you could always buy a house. But if you haven't bought your house yet, you've got enough money wanting to buy your house. If you, instead of buying a house, if you're living in a rented property and it's not that expensive, or you live in a council house, for example, or you are really looking to start investing in property. So instead of buying a home, then what I suggest you do, you buy a rental property, a buy-to-let property that will generate you passive income. So once you have enough passive income, then you could easily buy your own home, because I see a residential home, your home, as a liability, because if you're not there, you still have to pay the mortgage for it. Whether you're there or not, you still have to pay for it, and the expenses are there as well. Whereas it's the opposite if you were to buy a buy-to-let property. And again, if this video is making sense, don't forget to share it with friends and family. That is the only way that would help my algorithm also to actually increase, so I will reach a wider market. Number 5, focus in one objective, okay? And again, I've been advising this so many times. You don't want to do everything, okay? There's so many ways you could make money. And also, you just have to pick one thing, right? If you want to do real estate, for example, if you want to do properties, there's so many property strategies out there. You cannot do all of them, okay? Pick one strategy and you concentrate on that. You focus your mind, your energy, your effort, your everything in that one strategy. Because the good thing about property, each and every strategy gets you to financial freedom, financial independence, and also allows you to get a passive income. So again, concentrate in one strategy. If your strategy is buy to let, you want to buy properties and rent them out, do that 100%. Okay, don't do buy to let today, you do sourcing the next day, rent to service accommodation the other day, rent to rent the next day. So you have to concentrate in one strategy. So once you concentrate in that in one strategy, put your effort in it, you will get a greater reward because all your focus is in it. You're not being diverted, or you're not being you won't lose focus. Because I've seen so many people who've approached me, they've been in the property market or property game for a very, very long time, but they haven't gone anywhere. You know why? It's because they wanted to do all the strategies. I had to sit with them, explain to them the importance of consistency and being objective and really, really focused. So that way they were able to turn around and do themselves very, very good by focusing in one strategy. So I advise you to have an objective and focus in one strategy. Well, once you know exactly what that strategy is, you've made lots of money out of it, or you've got experience in that strategy, then you can move to something else. But focus in one thing before you move to the other strategy or any other business adventure. Number 6, buy tax deductible expenses. So what do I mean by that? I give you an example just now for buying a car. Buy a car through your business. Expenses are deductible. If you're going on holiday, make sure it's a business holiday. Again, it's tax deductible. If you want to buy yourself an aeroplane, whatever it is, make sure it goes through your business so it is tax deductible, okay? If you want to educate yourself again in your business, you can deduct that as an expense. If you want to visit an investment opportunity, again, that cost from that is also tax deductible. So buy things that are tax deductible through your business or through your corporations or through your partnership with people. Very important, because that also help you keep your asset, generate your income, increase your income. That way that you'll be able to generate wealth without actually feeling the squeeze of incurring all those expenses. Number 7, the 40-70 rule, right? If you work 40 hours a week in a job, right, I recommend you spend 70 hours working in yourself. Right? Because if you work in yourself, it enhances you. It takes you to the next level. When I used to work for the firm I used to work for, if I work 40 hours, I used to write it down. If I work 40 hours, I'll make sure I work 70 hours, sometimes 80 hours in myself. Because that's the only way I could improve. Because working for that company would help that company grow, help that business owner become a multi-millionaire or a billionaire, but it doesn't get me anything apart from my salary. So what I used to do, basically 40 hours in my work and 70 hours in me. This is me time. I spend all that time learning about properties, enhancing my skills and experience, networking with people, surrounding myself with successful people, doing research, focusing in one strategy, doing all that. I was investing all that time in myself. So I used to compete with my job and myself. So I always spend more time in me than I spend to my workplace. So if I work 45 hours or say 50 hours, I do 70 or 80 hours in myself, because I know when I invest in myself, that is the best reward I could always get. So again, if you're spending all that hours working in your job, make sure you actually double it or triple it in yourself to ensure that you put yourself in a better position for your financial future. Number 8, never lose money. Very important, right? Warren Buffett's rule. Number 1 rule, don't lose money. Number 2 rule, he said, don't forget rule number 1. So again, never ever lose money. Don't invest your money based on speculation. If you sat down and you've saved lots of money, if you're taking money from investors, make sure you put that money somewhere that you know is going to generate you passive income, or invest it in a capital appreciating asset, because obviously if you do that, it helps you, helps your investors, helps your family, and also it puts you in a better position, it increases your credibility. So do not invest in speculation. If you want to buy a property, for example, make sure you do your due diligence, research about the area, research about the town, know the investment area, know what sort of property it is, what market are you targeting, what's your potential cash flow, what's your return on investment. You need to know all these things before you actually just put your money in it, because once you know, you analyze these sort of things, you know the way you put your money, you kind of guarantee to get the return that you invested for. Never ever and ever invest your money based on speculation. I never do that, and I will urge you and advise you not to do that as well. Number 9, stay broke. What do I mean by this? Okay, so when you're investing in properties, because I like to use properties because property is what I do. Real estate is the investment I do. So when you're investing in properties, you have to stay broke. What do I mean by stay broke? Because whatever money you have, you saved or you invested, you're reinvesting that money back. You might get tempted to actually buy expensive things, or to go to an expensive house, move to an expensive house, or basically buy an expensive car, go to an expensive holidays. I know, because you've got the reward coming in, but you have to delay that gratification. Okay, sit back, suck it in. Okay, stay poor, right? If you're living in a 1-bedroom flat, continue staying there. Okay, set yourself a target for the next 5-10 years, whatever it is, you're gonna stay in that flat. Whatever you get, you invest, you reinvest. Make your family members think that you're poor. Okay, so what you do, you are literally releasing that pressure from family members or friends, from thinking that you've got lots of money, so they will come after you asking for loans or things like that. So yeah, so stay broke, stay very, very broke, live below your means, go to the same supermarket, go to the same restaurant, go to the same pubs, go to the same place if you on holiday where you used to go. Don't upgrade it until you know you have surpassed your target and you are on the next level of your life. Then you can upgrade it a little bit, but again, don't go too hard on it, because if you stay broke, that means you're living way below your means, and that would eventually change your life for the foreseeable future, and it will put you and your family in a better position. And again, as I've said to you, that's what the rich people do, right? They never ever show off. Right, I don't know if you've seen any of the photos of any of these billionaires out there. You never saw them wear some expensive trainers or some expensive jean, expensive shirt, or some expensive suits. It's not that they don't have the money. Of course they do have that money, but what they do, they invest that money in something that gives them better return on investment. But if you look at them on holidays, you can see then they have their yachts, they have the aeroplane, they have so many stuff, because they know they've literally delayed that gratification so long before they actually get to that level. So always stay broke until you get yourself to the next level. Number 10, never ever give up until you achieve your goal. Very important. I know it's going to be difficult, right? When you invest, it's difficult because obviously you have less disposable income. Sometimes you don't have money to actually give to family and friends because all the money has been invested and it's also tied up. And sometimes you just get fatigued because nobody understands what you're doing. Nobody try to learn what you're doing. You feel lonely. Sometimes some investment may go wrong. But again, never ever lose your course. Never ever lose concentration. Never ever give up. See it as a learning curve. Okay, whatever difficulties you face, see it as an obstacle that you could overcome. Okay, if it's a mistake, don't blame anybody else. Take responsibility, move on, dust yourself to the next level. And again, don't give up on your goal. If it goes hard, as soon as it gets hard, just remember it's about time you jump that hurdle. Right? Because once it's got hard, guess what? Your mind expands, you learn a lot, and then guess what? You overcome that obstacle. So once you've overcome that obstacle, that means you've moved yourself to the next level. And then once you get to that level, you move again up. So, and again, whenever you get these obstacles, just remind yourself, okay, this is another step. You know, I'm just about to go to the next level, and then obviously that then takes you to the next level. And also, never give up, because nowadays You can have coaches, you can have mentors, you can have friends, you can surround yourself with successful people that can encourage you, motivate you, mentor you, guide you along the way to ensure you don't feel that loneliness, or to ensure you don't give up. So again, if you're about to give up, or you're about to think, oh, it's too hard, get someone to mentor you, coach you, or guide you along the way to take you to the next level. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe to my channel for more of these amazing tutorials. I look forward to sharing the next video.